Well, this is a pile of detail parts, and this is where they're all going, and they're slowly getting there. Welcome to the Buena Vista update number 47. Not a lot of major, big, noticeable progress this month because I'm getting ready for, which is going to be here in early September, but I've been adding a ton of those little details. Let's take a look at some of them. This is the area, as I mentioned last time, that will be featured in a 6-part Model Railroader Video Plus series called Turning Spaces into Places. We built this up from bench work to the scenery that you're looking at now, but what I didn't have when I finished that series was all the little details that we'll talk about right now. This is one of my favorites. We've got a little, if I can get her focused. Okay, there we go. We're having focusing problems. It used to be Ernie's Eggs, and that was kind of an inside joke for any of you who have ever heard the Statler Brothers comedy albums called Roadhog and the Cadillac Cowboys. One of their sponsors was Ernie's Eggs. So that's a little inside joke that's not quite so inside anymore, but it is now Ernies of Fruits. It's a great little model that I have had for at least a dozen years and have been dying to put on the layout. What else? We have guardrails that we added here to the highway. I've got guardrails here. I've got guardrails right there and down at the end. We added we added Easy Line to the telephone poles. I don't know if you can even see it. Yeah, you can, kind of. That has been strung, and I had, and of course, because the telephone poles that I did for the MRVP video ended here, I wound up by having to add them all the way along Pierce here, and then strung the lines on them. What else did we do here as far as little details? Oh, here's another little one that I like. This was actually on the old layout. This is, you know, the kid on the bike waving to the guy in the truck there who's waving back. I always thought that was a real rural country type of a feel to it. So we added, let's go into the other room, we added a bunch of details to a building here, which I'm not even going to talk about the building here because the person who I named it for may not realize yet that it's been named for him. But we added a lot of junk outside the back of the building here. And this, of course, is stuff that I love looking at, as this kind of junk on a layout. Added a bunch of stuff there. I've added people all over. What else do we have here? Did I add anything behind me? Anyway, that's the sort of stuff I've been doing. All this little work here. Added some folks over here. If we could focus it. Guy playing with the dog. We put the sawhorses on there. I added some stuff here to the park, I thought. Put a little bicycle here leaning up against the parking meter in town. So it's stuff like that that I've been adding to the layout just to make it a little bit more interesting for the visitors that I hope will come for the narrow gauge convention. So that is the update. I'm trying to think of anything else that I did. I just looked at my list. The actually only the other thing that I had written down was we added one of these Blair Line wooden crossings here to the highway. I need to put in a couple of wigwags or crossing gates here because this is theoretically this is kind of not a major highway but a well-traveled highway, as you can see by the trucks and cars on it. So that is the Buena Vista update number 47 for July 2018. I'm trying to think. I may not have an update next month because I will have been at the National Model Railroad Association convention in Kansas City. If you are at the Kansas City Convention and happen to see me, please come up and introduce yourself. I would love to meet you. And if you're a Model Railroader Video Plus subscriber and watch my Off the Rails stuff, also please come up and introduce yourself. Again, I love meeting people who watch all this stuff, and I like trying to see who it is that's actually watching this stuff. You know who you are. Anyway, I will see you, if not in August, in September. Thanks, as always, for joining me.